Hello, Marcus Lim here with Batman Killing Time, the hardcover collection of Tom King and David Marquez 6-issue miniseries first published in March of 2022. So these are the 6 issues. 1, which also happens to be the cover. And then we've got the second one, the third one, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So 6 issues all collected in this hardcover collection. You can see here it says blah 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 blah. Yeah, collects Batman Killing Time number 1 to 6. Okay, so I'm not sure what extras they are, perhaps some variant cover stuff. In any case, this was released in March 2022, which also happens to be when the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson came out. And it's not a coincidence, right? Because this story happens to feature Riddler, Catwoman, and Penguin, right? The same villains in the movie. So it's definitely not a coincidence. It's definitely sort of like a tie-in, you know? So people who've watched the movie, they might want to check this out. So let me take off the jacket. Okay, jacket. And here's the book without the jacket. Okay. Alright, let's get into this. And this starts off with a bank heist. You know, in the tradition of like movies like Ocean's 11, and it's quite brilliantly constructed, I should say, right? And Tom King uses his trademark non-linear style of storytelling, right? Like 8, 5, 16, 521, like keeps, and then like jumping forwards, backwards 45 minutes earlier, right? Yeah, and so can be kind of confusing at first, but I think once you get into the flow of it, it's actually pretty okay, right? Because you get to experience like sometimes the same scenes from different perspectives, different angles. Yeah, and so yeah, I think that works quite well, right? Quite effective in a story. In this story, this type of story that Tom King is trying to tell, right? There is a reason for this kind of narration about with the times, which will be revealed in the 5th issue. Okay, but yeah, it all concerns this artifact, some kind of eye that everyone is wanting to, you know, trying to chase after, right? And the story also sometimes jumps far backward to ancient Greece. And so that sort of gives the whole story a bit of more mythic kind of feel. Along the way, we get new characters introduced, like the Help, which is like a new Tom King character. There's also another character as well. What's her name? Nuri Espinoza, a very foul-mouthed villain that Tom King has introduced, and this is the Help. So the Help and yeah, the foul-mouthed character. This happens in the very early years of Batman's crime fighting career. I think just shortly after year 1, which, as you can, if you remember, the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson also happens to take place during that era, right? And that's why I'm saying like this is, yeah, like a bit of a tie-in to that movie in that sense. Okay. Yeah, so that's you can see all the swear words that she's using. Right. So not too sure whether other writers will take this up and utilize them in their own stories, but we'll see. So near the end of the story, we finally get to see the big reveal the Clock King, right? And he's actually the one narrating everything, right? With all the timings and everything, and it sort of really explains why the narration feels so punctual and so meticulously timed, right? And yeah, Tom King definitely has a knack for using these more obscure characters like Clock King and putting a spotlight on them, so I think it's pretty well done. And overall, I think this story is pretty tight, pretty neat, pretty fun once you get past the whole time jumps. So here's some covers, variant cover. To issue number 1 variant, issue 1 variant, issue 1, yeah, a lot of issue number 1 variant, and then issue 2 variant, issue 5 variant, jumping to 5 now, 5, and then 4. Not sure why they jump like that. And then 5, 6. That might have been a misprint. The one where it was this one. It says 5, but that might have been 3 actually. So that's 3. This is 3. All right. So arts and designs by the artist. Okay. And there we have it. Batman Killing Time. Okay. And yeah, as I was saying, right? I've come to the conclusion that, you know, like for a Tom King story is, I feel like it's best to be read, you know, in one sort of like collected format, right? Just because, I don't know, like all the time jumps, like between issues, you might forget, and so to have it all in one hardcover collection is definitely a great thing to have, especially given all these like jarring time jumps. But overall, right, so just a tight, neat, fun story, I think, that Tom King has done for Batman. Yeah, so well worth a look. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.